of Allegiance.
No, you just hung them up.
No,
You just,
it's hold.
it's hold, it's just
It wants to go to
another line or
so I'm just
something.
gonna leave them on.
Take it out, yeah.
They can
He
do
can
the
do the
pledge
pledge.
with
You
us.
said the pledge with us. I left you on because it didn't work right.
Okay, let's start this meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We're good yet. Okay, there's two people on the phone right now.
I believe 2 years.
Do you guys want to acknowledge yourselves? Say who you are.
Yes. Hi, this is Brian Demas. I'm the president and CEO of the Cold Spring Brewing Company.
All right.
And Brian Lynchen with Stantec, the city engineer.
All right. Thank you. Okay.
John Stevie with
Oh, John Stevie's here too.
Finally woke up.
All right. Thanks, John. Okay, number 2, open public forum. Anyone interested in talking that's not on the agenda? Otherwise, we'll move on to approval of the amended agenda. I need a motion for that.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
I'll make that motion to approve.
Jamie makes a motion.
I'll second it.
Doug seconds it. Any discussion on it? Otherwise, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. Number 4, consent agenda. Recommendation to approve the consent agenda as presented. I need a motion.
Make a motion.
Shannon makes a motion. I need a second.
I'll second that.
Doug seconds it. Any discussion on it? Otherwise, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. Number 5, Resolution 2020-09, a resolution declaring a local emergency. Recommendation to ratify Resolution 2020-09, a resolution declaring a local emergency for the city of Cold Spring. Did you guys got all that figured out? Okay. I need a motion on it then.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Jamie makes a motion. How about a second?
I'll second that.
Shannon seconds it. Any discussion on it? Otherwise, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. Okay, number 6. What?
Did you want to have my, I mean, I want to
Oh,
maybe discuss a little bit about what is going on in the county. Or do we want to wait for my section? Maybe we'll talk about that in my section.
should we wait?
Okay.
Okay, we'll wait. All right, then we'll go on to number 6. Memorandum of Understanding with the Cold Spring Brewery. Scott Bender. And we got Brian Demos on the phone.
Mr. Mayor, Council.
Good evening.
So tonight I'd like to request for your consideration and hopefully approval of memorandum of understanding between the brewery and the city. This is about the water project and improving our water system as well as expanding the sewer system. In that, we would ask that you go ahead and allow Stantec to continue to research and get pricing and engineering and modeling around that of what Cold Spring would agree to pay up to $25,000 if at some point we can reach ultimately a development agreement at some point in the future.
All right. No, recommendation to approve the memorandum of understanding with the Cold Spring Brewing Company for raw water infrastructure and wells 8 and 9 pumps and controls. I need a motion on that.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Jamie makes a motion. How about a second?
I'll second it.
Doug seconds it. Any discussion on it?
One question. Bridget,
Go ahead.
Sue is okay with this?
Yes, it was actually drafted by Freiberger.
Okay.
And then it was sent over to Brian Demas, and then their attorneys did some little bit of tweaking, and that's where the number came up. We had what the engineer had spent up to this point, and then there was it was about, was it 1,500, I think, less than what that 25,000. That 25,000 was to get us to the work that the lawyers are going to do to get that development agreement.
Okay.
So, yep, it's all been approved. Scott, I don't know if your mic's on, and then you want to sit a little closer too.
Now?
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. Sorry. I hope
So
you
yes,
heard me.
and this way, as you know, on Brian Lynch's report, he's asking to approve the scope and the fee calculations, and so this document lets Brian get that 2 or 3 weeks head start before the development agreement is fully executed. Is that a fair statement there, Brian Demas?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Thank you.
Is there any other discussion? Otherwise, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, number 7, Resolution 2020-10, a resolution approving a street closure for the Cold Spring Brewing Company. Hi, Carl.
Hello. So this is the second in a series of street closures, second and final. But this is a street closure to set the tanks in the new fermentation building. The first tank arriving on 4/7, the next tank 2 or 3 days later, and throughout until April 19th. So ultimately there's only 4 days that we'll need. So we'll do 2 tanks a day 4 times. We'll get our 8 tanks. And I think, the dates I gave you, Bridget, are pretty good, but, just depending on what's happening, I think the flexibility is nice if it's available.
All right, recommendation to approve Resolution 2020-10, a resolution approving a street closure of 5th Avenue from 2nd Street North and 4th Street North intermittently from April 7th, 2020 and April 19th, or through April 19th, 2020. I need a motion on that.
I'll make a motion.
Shannon makes a motion. How about a second?
I'll second it.
Doug seconds it. Any discussion on it? Otherwise, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right. Number 8, approval of easement with CenterPoint Energy.
This is the easement that we talked about at the last, to move that gas tank, or the gas
Oh, this one
distribution line
right
here
here.
over to the corner.
Oh, yeah.
And so they drafted one up. I had Sue review it, and they want to actually get started. If we approve this tonight, I have to send it to them. They'll get it recorded, and then they want to start moving their stuff before 158 starts altogether. So they want to be in and done and outside of the lines before the construction starts.
Okay, recommendation to approve granting an easement to CenterPoint Energy to locate a gas transmission or distribution hub to a 20 by 20 section of city property with a pin 48.29869.0005. I need a motion on that.
I'll make that motion.
Doug makes a motion. How about a second?
I'll second.
Jamie seconds it. Any discussion? Otherwise, all those.
Just one quick
Oh,
question.
go ahead,
And
Jamie.
I don't remember, I'm trying to find the picture, but they're putting it as far back in that southwest corner,
It's
right?
supposed to be
that they
going
can?
as far back as possible.
Yeah, right in the far corner of it is up toward the right of way, but not,
Okay. Not in right away.
so
Okay.
right past the sidewalk. Instead of inside the sidewalk where it is now, it's gonna be a little bit further up
Yep.
or west and then right on
Okay.
the other side of the sidewalk.
Perfect. Thanks.
Any other discussion? Otherwise, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. Number 9, Public Works Director Report. John Stevie. Hi, John.
How we doing?
Good, good, good. How about you?
I'm doing good. My wife and I just had our little baby girl, Kaya, yesterday, so
Yes.
Congratulations.
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 thank you, thank you. So the first thing on my report is the resignation of Ron Book. Pretty straightforward. Ron's going to retire, and want to thank him for his years of service and dedication to the city of Cold Spring. He was a huge asset to us the whole time he was here, and hopefully he enjoys retirement.
All right, recommendation to accept the resignation of Ron Fuchs from Public Works Department effective April 30th, 2020, and furthermore, to thank him for his service. I need a motion on that.
I'll make a motion.
Shannon makes a motion. How about a second?
I will second that.
Jamie seconds it. Any discussion on it? Otherwise, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. Thank you very much, Ron Fuchs.
Thank you, Ron.
Thanks, Ron.
Thank you, Ron.
Okay, next.
All right, now we move on to replacing Ron. Request a pair of maintenance tech. Bridget and myself and Pete did the interviews. We got a really strong candidate, Connor Topsheet. We feel he's going to be a good fit with us. Very dedicated to being a mechanic. Also, the crazy part is he's got the same birthday as Ron. He's like a mini Ron.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, there's
There's
All right.
The kids broke in the room. So we would like to offer Connor Topsheet the position and with your approval.
All right. Recommendation to approve the hiring of Connor Tomshe for the position of Maintenance Tech 4 at a rate of $23.19 per hour, which is step 3, with an increase to $23.91 upon completion of a Class A Minnesota commercial driver's license. I need a motion on that.
I'll make a motion.
Doug makes a motion. How about a second?
I'll second.
Jamie seconds it. Any discussion on it? Doug?
John, one question. Is there a time frame when you, when Connors needs to have his Class A license? Do you guys set a time frame for that?
Sorry, what'd you say, John?
I don't think the fact report, it's just in the job description. I think, Bridget, you may correct me if I'm wrong. There was the ability to obtain one within 6 months.
Yeah. And that might be subject, obviously, he can't get it right now. He can't even apply.
Right.
He's
Right.
close, so I'll put some language in his offer letter that says 6 months unless unable to obtain because of
Pandemic.
pandemic or some sort of language to
I don't
that.
know.
Okay.
Thanks, John.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
You bet.
All right, any other discussion on it? Please, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. Anything else, John?
That's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Take care, John.
Enjoy your kids. New baby.
Then we'll move on to, all right. Then we'll move on to number 10, City Engineer Report. Brian Lynchen.
Mr. Mayor and Council.
Aye.
Good evening.
First thing on the list tonight is County Road 158. The tree clearing has been completed. A little bit more wide open through there now.
A lot.
So that part of the project is done. The other week we got bids on the project. The apparent low is E&L excavating. As we talked about before, this project is being led by the county, so we're looking to approve bids for our part of the project so that the county can go ahead and execute contracts with E&L.
All right, the first one would be resolution to adopt resolution 2020-12, a resolution accepting bids and awarding a contract for the County Road 158 improvement project. I need a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Shannon makes a motion. How about a second?
I'll second.
Jamie seconds it. Any discussion on it? Otherwise, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. Next.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
Going down the list, we have the water treatment plant. We've been design for that. Well number 8 and 9, the drilling. We got started on the well drilling. We, looking at the geology that we got on the first couple holes, we wanted to do a couple more test holes just to see if we could find anything that would be a little more favorable. My understanding is they're out there this week, so hopefully we'll have some more information on what they found by the next meeting. Continuing on with wells 8 and 9, last meeting, you approved the design of the water main portion of the project. In your packet, I included the plan for the well 8 and 9 water main, basically going from our well field straight west to the north side of the brewery distribution center. I can answer any questions if there's any questions on the plan. Otherwise, I'm looking for your approval of those. We would go out on Thursday of this week to advertise, so the first ad would be a week from today, and bids would be due on the 10th of April.
Okay. Okay, I'll read the resolution then. Resolution to approve Resolution 2020-11, a resolution approving plans and specifications and ordering advertisement for bids for wells 8 and 9 water main. I need a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Doug makes a motion. How about a second?
I'll second.
Jamie seconds it. Any discussion on it? Otherwise, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion carries.
All right. Moving down to the next part of the well number 8 and 9. I have included in your packet a scope for the pumps, controls, the power, and the access roadway for the project. Basically, this is the third part of the project that we need. We're working on drilling the wells. We just approved the water main, and this is basically everything else to make this a complete project to pump water out of the ground and send it to the brewery.
All right. I'll read the recommendation.
Answer any questions that there are.
Okay. I'll read the recommendation. To approve the scope and fee for wells 8 and 9 pumps, controls, overhead power, and roadway. I need a motion on that.
I'll make a motion.
Doug makes a motion. How about a second?
I'll second.
Jamie seconds it. Any discussion on it? Otherwise, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. Next.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
Next is the sanitary sewer and water system improvement. Again, this is part of the accommodating expansion to the brewery. Because of the nature of the waste that the brewery produces, we're looking at putting in dedicated sanitary sewer facilities for them to go to a future pretreatment facility. Because the pretreatment facility requires that these be segregated from the normal municipal waste stream, we need to basically create a new collection system for both the downtown and distribution center, taking them both to one central location, building a lift station for that, and then pumping that industrial waste over to the city's wastewater facility. So that's one part of the project. The other part is to accommodate the water needs at the downtown facility, especially given the loss or the future loss of some of the wells. We would also, kind of in the same location along the west side of County Road 2, propose to put in a new raw water main that would run from the downtown brewery facility all the way north and then feed into the current line that we're designing from the wells over to the distribution center. So the new wells 8 and 9 would be providing water to both facilities.
All right. I'll read that recommendation then. To approve the scope and fee for the sanitary sewer and water system improvements. I need a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Shannon makes a motion. How about a second?
I'll second.
Jamie seconds it. Any discussion on it?
One question, Brian. Is 100% of the water coming out of 8 and 9 going to the brewery?
I can answer that, yes.
Okay,
At this time,
okay.
Okay. Any other discussion? Otherwise, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Against? That motion carries. Anything else, Brian?
that's all I have.
All right, thank you very much.
Thanks, Brian.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you.
Then we'll move on to number 11, Police Department report. Chief Bloom.
Mr. Mayor, Council, good evening.
Hi.
Evening.
Just a couple things from me. We got our squad, I think it was the middle of last week that we ordered last year, so the timing was nice before they shut down for the time being. So working with Ron to hopefully have him showing the new mechanic what he does to equip the squads and everything, and hopefully everything's done before he signs off on his last day at the end of April. So
Yeah.
hopefully we'll get it all in there, so we'll see how things go. But we're happy it's here. Another thing, we forfeited a side-by-side Can-Am in the end of 2018 through a DWI. We've been kind of looking at it as equipping it as an emergency vehicle for patrol, like Firefest, if the fire department needs it for going out into a field, something along those lines. So our game plan was, there's been some local businesses that in the last couple months have kind of stepped forward and said they'd like to donate towards it, whether it be the work at cost or whatever the cases may be. So just kind of looking to see what the whole project would cost if we were to do that. I'm probably going to put it off till later this year now, but hopefully look at that at some point. One of the other things, the CPR AED training, both of those have currently been postponed, and we'll let people know when we're able to reschedule those. Then also with that, with all the recommendations going out, just kind of put it out there that response to calls from our department, emergency in progress calls, that type of stuff will be business as usual. But anything that doesn't require face-to-face meeting, we're going to try and get as much information over the phone. If there's something that an officer still would need to meet with people, and we may have you come outside, meet with us in the driveway. But investigations will still go on, but we're going to try and be as precautionary as possible. So if anybody has any questions, I'll gladly answer those as they come up, and we're just kind of trying to figure it out ourselves as we go through it all. So,
All right.
do you guys have any questions for me?
Anybody got anything?
I'll just say one thing. I appreciate all the Facebook posts that your department does about scams and everything else. So
Yes.
Yep.
keep up the good work.
Investigator Everman kind of picked that up, and he's been doing putting a lot of information out there, and you're not the first person that brought that up. So he's been doing really well.
Yeah, he is.
Awesome. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, number 12, City Administrator Report.
Well, the first one in there is the recent federal law that listed out Family First Act, how people, the 5 criteria for people who are potentially infected and need to stay home or need to self-quarantine because of whether they actually have tested positive, and then those who have childcare and school closing, so they need to care for their children. So I put that in there for you to take a look at. We haven't had anyone request any of that information, but we're looking into figuring out how, if it's for childcare and or daycare not open, it's 2/3 of your salary.
Yeah.
And so we're looking into how to do the accounting for that. That's the minimum requirement. You are, as a council, could just do full. It's up to you. So I just wanted to have that out there as we move through this. We'll have to make some of those decisions, and I'm still working through seeing what other cities are doing. There's also that 80 hours of sick leave that it has to be, if someone requests the sick leave for 2 weeks, that has to be used first before any of their bank. And so I'm trying to figure out how to account for that and how that gets reimbursed, because that's supposed to be reimbursable. So So I'm
No.
keeping an eye on how all this plays out right now, since we're open and everybody's working at this time.
I just want to make sure you guys are being cautious
We are.
as me working in a pharmacy and hearing a lot of stuff on the other ends of it. I want to make sure that you guys are being cautious. I want to make sure that if you need to have alternating schedules, that is considered.
Yeah, we have 2 laptops. Well, I have my own personal one, and I now have access to work from home. And then we have the city one, and Lois and Chris both have access to it. Angie can't get access remotely because it's the county network. But she's, by nature of where her position is and seating, she's doing
Right.
social distancing, and we are at the counter too. As you noticed when you came in, we have the
Yep.
sign asking people, when people come to the counter, we usually have them just lay everything down, they step back, and then we take a look and we kind of,
And-
so we're doing that.
Chief, with you and Sergeant Spoden, you guys probably, I mean, this sounds strange. Maybe it sounds a little out there, but I'm very precautious about it. You guys probably shouldn't be side by side. You should really always be practicing social distancing or working opposite, in case one of you does get the virus or has to go into quarantine. Then you'll always have someone in that leadership position. So I just want to make sure that everyone's being taken care of, including everyone out at the watershed or wherever, and making sure that it's being, that, you know, because, you know, I'm working in a 20 by 20 foot space over here with 10 people in my face, and I forget that everyone's learning this new 6 feet distance thing, and I don't have that.
We are, and Public Works has put a halt on going into people's houses to help with their meter or if there's an issue. We are very cognizant of the fact that we don't know what's in there, so as people call and say, well, I don't know why my bill is so high, we run through a list of what you need to do to check it. You need to take down your meeting reading before you go to bed, and the next morning, if it ran, then something's running while you're sleeping because you weren't using your water. Those types of things. We're going to really ask people to be their own investigator.
I just want to make sure you all
So we
feel
are
like you're
all-
very supported and that
We
you
appreciate that.
you feel like you're going to be safe and healthy, and that your families know that you're also being supported too. I think that's a big challenge when you're, especially when you're an essential person, having to work through this. So
One thing I do want, I don't want to close the building, but I do want to close off that access.
that side access.
That side access, and put a no public down the hallway sign so that
It doesn't
it protects
contaminate.
the fire
Yeah,
department
that's
from
fine.
any possible contamination. They can't meet in their meeting room right now because it's too small. They can't practice social distancing, but there may be 1 or 2 in there, and I don't want the public
I mean, we
walking
can
by them.
you can restrict anything, you know, within the building. I don't see why not.
All right, now that you have done that emergency declaration, so I just wanted to let you know that's going to be our first thing we restarted.
I'm
We
okay
would
with
like
that.
to keep the building open as long as possible. We get a lot of people asking questions, a lot of people.
Is the library currently open?
Nope.
Okay, I didn't think so.
So we're the only ones here. On a given day, there's 4 of us all the time, but we're all definitely social distancing from each other. If it comes to a potential governor closing of a shelter in place, Chris and Lois would be on opposite days,
Okay.
and I may take a day or 2 here just to calm my children while I'm working. So
Right.
that's where we're at with that one.
Okay. So, like I said, I just want to make sure everyone feels that they're supported and that we all actually do care about your health and your safety. So,
I will say the staff and everyone cares about the city residents as much as
Yeah.
they care about us and want to stay here to provide whatever service and comfort we can for
yeah,
for
I
the
mean,
community.
I'm going into work every day to provide the medications for the people at, you know, at the Assumption community, or, you know, people who cannot be leaving their homes. you know, and deliver. And so it happens, but it's not easy.
And we got 30 guys in the fire department. I hope they're taken care of too.
They need to be. They
Yeah.
need to watch themselves. They need to.
Yep.
It's okay to be overreacting at this moment a little bit
Oh, yeah.
without being too extreme. So,
Yep.
just want to make sure everyone's safe.
Do you want to talk about what the county's been doing?
I was going to say, Mike doesn't want to talk.
I
Never
Thank
do
you.
this kind of stuff. Looks like everybody's doing great. Well, so am I. I've actually been in touch quite a few times with the city, just seeing what we're kind of planning on doing, just to kind of let you know. Bridget wanted me to kind of give you an update what we're really doing, and really from our department, I don't have to do hardly anything unless somebody declares an emergency, which you started tonight. That's really kind of the first step. Our department really doesn't do too much unless there's a disaster or something has to happen. Although I am in touch with the county, I would say 2-3 times a week.
Okay.
They have activated their emergency operations center. Erin usually sends us out, who is the director. She'll send us out an email or a text or something like that if something's going on. Keeps us updated a little bit with what's going on with the county in this level, which has not been too much, which is kind of nice. Hope it stays that way for the next 3 months and we're all done and it's over with. And in fact, I just talked to her this afternoon for a little bit to see if there's any updates, if there's anything important that's happening, and they have nothing going on there. She said to tell you about the biggest thing, if anybody's got questions, wondering what's going on, you can go to the county's website and they have a lot of information there. They have contact with the state and stuff like that on explaining the virus, how it's moving, what's going on. The county is taking donations to help the hospitals and stuff like that. You can access that right through their website. If you have other questions, they have phone numbers there for anybody that you can call in and ask questions if you cannot find the resources online, what you're looking for. So they're pretty much doing everything they need to at the county level right now, and basically everybody's listening to the governor and seeing if he wants us to do anything special.
do have one thing, so about a day after the governor closed the schools and the county had activated the EOC, the Emergency Operations Center, they called different cities and asked if we were staying open or not. And of course I said Cold Spring was, and there's a couple cities around us that are still open. And then on Thursday, when they declared their county emergency, they closed everything. And so I was a little confused. Why were you so happy that we were staying open and you're closing everything? Well, it turned out that all the people who were not working because of closures of schools or closures of restaurants were going to the county to, do the business that they needed to do. And so they were overwhelming them and were preventing social distancing for county staff to continue to do their jobs. And so they're having to close down.
Everyone was running their errands all the same day.
Yep. And actually, they closed some of their offices in different steps. They didn't do everything all at one time, which was kind of interesting because all of a sudden their highway department was open for a while and stuff like that, and all of a sudden they started closing everything. Just
Now the whole.
everybody's kind of doing that. I've noticed that in a lot of business. People are being sent home, so they're heading to the grocery store to make sure they're stocked up. They're heading to the hardware stores and the paint stores so that they can do all their inside work before the governor shuts us all down. So everybody's going out and trying to get stuff and, be prepared for if something does happen, which is making it a little bit worse for everybody when they're asking us to stay 6 feet apart and stay home if you can. So that is the big practice, is trying to stay away and stay away from other people.
Something a little bit off this. I had somebody call me the other day about respirators. He's got some, are they N95?
N95 is what's required.
He's got some that he's not using. He was wondering what he should do with it. And I said, I wasn't really sure.
I bet there's a phone number he could call to possibly get it donated and tested and
Does the
cleaned and stuff.
fire department
We use N95. We have some
So do the
that
police, so.
we had a few left.
I can have them bring them down
Yeah.
here, down to City Hall then?
Yep.
Okay, I'll let them know. All right.
And I just want everyone out there to remember the elderly at the nursing home, everyone who's like can't leave, can't go anywhere. You know, I don't know, leave a card on their step. I don't know, say hi.
They can't have visitors.
I know, no visitors, so.
Ready for the next one?
Oh, I'm ready, yep.
Okay, so this week we're doing our annual audit. Normally they're here with all their computers and this room is busy
Full.
of accountants, and this year we are doing it remotely. And so every year they ask for a council member to be available to answer some questions on fraud, things like, do you see any concerns with how things are done? And so I'm wondering if anyone wants to volunteer, anyone who's available, they'll call, I will give them your number and they'll call you whenever you're available.
Anybody want to do it?
I can.
Otherwise-
Go ahead, I've done it.
I've done it
painless.
before.
I've done it
You've
before,
done it
but-
before. I can do it otherwise if you don't want to.
No, that's
I
fine.
probably won't even
Okay.
be available. I'm working like 10 to 11 hours a day, so.
My work schedule's kind of low right now.
Is it?
I'll
Okay.
give them
Yeah.
your cell phone.
Yeah.
I'll call you. Okay.
It's impossible.
All right, thanks, Doug.
You bet.
All right.
Bridget, this Thursday, Friday, right?
Yeah,
This week?
Sometime this week. I'll get a hold of, well, actually, I'll have Chris get a hold of him tomorrow, and then I call you tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be at home working tomorrow. To take care of child issues, but not that I have my computer available, I can there. So next week, we've got a request from Cold Spring Brewery for 3 agenda items for a special meeting. One is to go over the EAW. Comment period ends tomorrow, so far we've gotten 3 comments. And working on those responses and all of the findings of facts related to the submittal. Another one is the discussion of a TIF request and where we were with that ad hoc committee that negotiated with them, and then after that, if you choose to have a public hearing, we'll go all that paperwork. So TIF will be on there, EAW, and then they are also not related to the new building, but semi-related to it, is with line 6. They're looking to state funding for job creation, and the city council, as part of that application, there's a resolution of support that's required. So those are the 3 items that'll be on there. And I will probably add, can't have other or anything, but I would like to add, I'll be drafting up some procedures on how to hold a meeting remotely and what the rules will be in case we go to that point where you can't physically be here and we'll have to do an electronic meeting. So I want to add those to that meeting too, since it's a week from now. And finally, because it's a special meeting, it doesn't have to be at 6:30. I don't know if earlier would work for all of you.
Anything after, I work till 4.
I usually
So,
work till 5:30. So,
6 o'clock?
6.
I'm good with 6 o'clock.
6 works for me.
6 it is.
Okay, so I will set, I'll get that agenda together and get that out, posted for 6 p.m. next.
All right.
That's all I have.
All right, thank you very much. Number 13, list of bills and additions. Recommendation to review and accept payment of the accounts payable according to the list and supplemental list presented by city staff. I need a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Doug makes a motion. How about a second?
I'll second that.
Shannon seconds it. Any discussion on it? Otherwise, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. General questions and comments from city council. Jamie?
Nothing for me, sir.
Doug?
Nothing.
Shannon? Me either. Number 15, next city council meeting, April 14th, 2020. I need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion.
Shannon makes a motion. How about a second?
I'll second.
Second that.
Jamie seconds it. Oh, go ahead.
Would it be the 14th, or would you have to list it as the 31st?
Is
You
a special
should-
meeting.
It should say special meeting the 31st and a regular
Okay.
meeting.
Special meeting the 31st of March, and the next regular city council meeting is April 14th. There. And Jamie seconded. Any discussion on it? Otherwise, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. Thank you very much.
Anybody still on
Thank
the
you.
phone?